Hey guys, I'm Jaden Dupree, and today we will be going over 10 Efren Reyes shots at the Derby City Classic, his 10 best shots. I'm going to try to recreate them and tell you why he chose them and how he did them. And it's been about a minute on each shot, and here we go.
Wait.
So this first shot, he's on the 5 ball. It's a tough shot down into the corner if you're going to shoot it regularly. And Efren Reyes is such a great player. What he's going to do is he's going to actually cross bank the 5 into here. And I think what he actually tries to do is either come into the 9 directly and leave the cue ball here for an easy shot on the 7, or either come in between the gap, because he does use some inside left English, some reverse spin, that brings it along. I think he's trying to split this gap and come back up. I don't really think he tried to get this angle on the 7, but it still worked out, and that's all that matters. So we have to cross bank this 5 using some low left, because this is a very difficult shot, and there's not really a good safety on. So if you're comfortable with your bank shots, this isn't too hard of a bank shot right here. Definitely under the pressure, it's a hard bank shot, but just some low left spin. Thin off the 5, come back here. That left spin will take on the rail here, and you'll see it going at about this angle and then come back at a angle that kind of brings it back towards that 9. So here's the shot. So on this shot, Efren has the 1 ball, and the cue ball is over the corner pocket. Now, this is the 2 ball right here that we have to play position on. So what he's going to do is he's going to cross bank this 1 into the side. This is kind of like the first shot. We're going to hit the edge of the 1. We're going to use a little bit of topspin on our cue ball, which will carry our cue ball into this rail after the 1 goes. We'll carry it off of this rail and in between this gap for the 2. He hits the 3 and comes off the side, because we have a really big margin for error here. We can hit the 6, hit the 8, hit the 3, and we will all be okay. We could even come into the gap. But we just need some topspin in order to, and just cut this 1 into here kind of slowly. The only thing you could really mess up on this is hitting too fast and not getting on the 2 ball. Okay, so the next shot here is actually one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So he has the 2 ball, and we have a pretty good angle on it, and we have a steep little cut, and the 4 ball's way back here. It doesn't go into the side pocket, and it's blocked by the 7. So what Efren's got to do is he's got to use some low right English to pocket the 2 and bring the cue ball backwards for a shot on the 4. So it's an incredibly tough shot. You use a lot of low English, a little bit of right spin, but you have to put a real good stroke on this one. So this shot is a kick shot. Efren is on the 2 ball, but he's blocked by the 3. And the reason he doesn't go around this way is because it's harder to make the ball, and it's harder to get position on the 3. So what he's going to do is he's going to kick this pretty soft off of this rail, make the 2, and then he'll have good shape on the 3 if he hits it at the right speed. So there isn't really anything he has to worry about other than making the 2 ball. And here's the shot. So this one, we're going to talk about the basic structure of this cut shot right here, since it comes up so often. this one ball is frozen on the rail. Our cue ball is way back here, and it's kind of like a straight line between the cue ball and the one ball, which makes it very, very tough. So what you have to do is we're going to load the cue ball up with a ton of left English. I actually made this shot in a match against Francisco Bustamante, and he gave me a little nod. So this is a difficult shot. You're going to have to use some left English, but you're going to aim to hit half of the one ball. Since when you hit on the left side, you see how the cue ball goes off to the right. That's going to happen during the shot. So use a lot of left spin. Aim to hit around half or a quarter of that one ball. You should be able to cut it right into that corner. So this shot, Efren is on the green 6, and the 7 is in another awkward position. You cannot pocket the 6 directly, and it is an extremely tough safety. And the cross bank is a lot easier than the safety, and Efren is the man at banking. So right here, we're going to use a ton of the left English, just like the last shot. And we're going to cut into the 6 ball, which will send it over here. And our cue ball will come out and hit this rail, and all the left English will bring it back towards the 7. And we can either stop anywhere here or hit the 7 and still have a good shot. So we're just going to load our cue ball up with some left English. Make sure you kind of compensate for the deflection, and you should be good to go.
Wow. Good shot.
So on this shot, Efren is on the green 6 ball that is up here. It's a very, very thin cut, and it's also very tough to get onto the 7 ball. So what's he's going to load this cue ball up with a bunch of top right English, cut the 6 into the corner, and go around the table to end up on this side of the 7. Now it's a very, very, very tough shot. It's a very tough shot with a very steep angle, and you're going to have to compensate again for deflection. Just put a good stroke on it. You see Efren does his little body English. I don't really recommend that if you're not Efren, because that's very hard to control, but also kind of get some more spin on the cue ball if you do that. But it's very, very hard to control. So this shot right here is a real amazing shot. It's definitely one of my favorites that I've seen him shoot. Even though it's so simple, it's just so fun to watch. And here's the shot. Now this shot right here is my favorite of this bunch. We got the 1 ball up here. It is not frozen to the rail. Note that if it were frozen to the rail, he would not have shot this. So it's not touching the rail. We got the 9 ball way down here. Now what he's going to do, you may have seen this shot in the Mosconi Cup this year by Joshua Filler to win that Scotland match. But what we're going to do, not Scotland match, England match. But what we're going to do is cut this 1 ball, bank it off that rail. Our cue ball is going to go over here, get out of its way. That's why it's not frozen to the rail. That's how we know it's not frozen to the rail. If it were frozen, it'd double kiss. The 1 ball is going to come back here through this little tunnel and then make the 9 into the corner. This is an incredible shot. I can't believe this is actually, in this match that you're watching, he won 4 games with 3 shots. He broke, he made the 9 on the break. He broke, he had a 1-9 combination. He broke, and then he had this shot right here and pulled this off. And then he broke and made the 9 ball on the break again. It was absolutely crazy. But here's the shot. So Efren shot this shot in a match against Shane Van Boning at the Derby City Classic, and Shane put him in a safety like this. And this is one of the most difficult safeties, one of the best safeties I've ever seen, and definitely one of the best escapes I've ever seen. So Efren has to kick off of this rail and make the 3. Now he makes the 3 not into this side, but into this side pocket right here. So he's going to kick with some right English off of this rail, come behind the 3, and then make it into this side right here. It's absolutely crazy. It's a very, very tough shot, unexplainably difficult. But here it is.